Yo, 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 yo. Big Kiss back up in here. Drake is having a midlife crisis, y'all. Y'all not going to believe this one. I'm going to leave a link in the description. You are not going to want to click off this video. Shout out to Spotlight. Bro, Drake is falling apart. I'm telling you, it's done. Watch this, y'all. Y'all know I like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
The fact that he just always seems so bothered. I've never seen a diss record get in somebody's spirit the way that Not Like Us has gotten in Drake's spirit.
But you never seen a diss record this big.
No, I haven't. Seriously, Drake need to stop acting so bothered. Like, let it go. He really should have took the break that he said he was going to take.
In the high-stakes world of hip-hop, public image is everything. And right now, Drake, and one of the most successful artists of his generation, appears to be unraveling under pressure. After Kendrick Lamar unleashed a series of brutal diss tracks aimed directly at him, fans and critics alike are seeing cracks in Drake's once unshakable armor.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. He put out another record last week, didn't go up.
Wait, Drake put out a record last week?
Yes, the No Face shit.
I didn't hear it.
You ain't see it with the video?
No.
That's what I'm saying. This is a scary time.
I don't even seen the media reporting it either. Saying the cultural ones,
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
What once seemed like friendly competition has turned into a full-blown lyrical war, and Drake isn't handling it well. From bizarre social media outbursts to sudden business moves that feel more like desperate distractions than strategic decisions, all signs point to a man struggling to maintain control. His recent interviews show a different side too, a defensive, noticeably rattled Drake, whose confidence seems to be slipping. It's not just about bruised ego anymore. It's starting to look like a full-blown midlife crisis unfolding in front of millions.
All his feelings that he done held, that everything that bothered him, is starting to seep out. We're slowly starting to see it. All that, yeah, all of it. We're starting to see all the insecurities. It's all showing.
Why are you painting your nails?
He said, "Why are you painting your nails?" It's quiet, so I'm.
Why?
Why?
We hold you at different standards. We could understand maybe when you were a lot younger when you first started in the game, but you came in a certain time where that you had to
do stuff
you
like
could rap, right? And you painting your nails at 35. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah, you wait. Yeah, I see. I could see if you came in the game painting your nails and everybody know you as that, like you got your own little thing. But nah. But really, I can't even see that because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't stand for that. But I'm speaking as like the world, the community. You know what I'm saying? Some people would have been like, okay, all right, that's Drake, but he can rap though. He paint his nails. That's him. You waited till you was 37, boy. 35, I meant.
Today we're breaking down how Kendrick's scathing verses have shaken Drake to his core, why insiders are calling this one of the toughest moments of his career, and what it could mean for his legacy moving forward. Is Drake truly falling apart, or is there a master plan beneath the chaos? Stay tuned, because this story goes deeper than anyone expected, and the fallout could reshape the future of hip-hop itself. It's a concept most people recognize, and many have witnessed firsthand. Picture an older individual who constantly reminisces about the past, overcompensates by flexing current financial success, boasts about dating younger women, dresses decades under their age, experiments with new hairstyles, and adopts popular slang to seem relatable to younger crowds.
Drake takes aim at Kendrick Lamar with AI, Tupac, and Snoop Dogg vocals on tailor-made.
So Drake and Kendrick Lamar are beefing. Drake wrote a beef, and he did AI, Snoop, and...
I don't like this dude. I don't like this dude speaking on the culture, bro. Like you so... Like you a scholar or something. Go sit down. Please go sit down.
Snoop and AI Tupac talking about how disappointed they are in Kendrick Lamar. He wrote the raps, and then the voices.
What did I say? How annoying does it angers me? Know these lames can speak on the origins that the game I breathe. Yo, stop playing. Like, get out of here.
Sound perfect.
Oh my God.
It's unbelievable what's happening.
What is wrong with Kendrick Lamar?
They're just beef. This rap it's competitive. They beef sometimes. I think Kendrick started this one.
Well,
So-
hip-hop
Who
is
are
an
you,
interesting
bro?
thing because I love hip-hop, but I don't really love bragging.
When thinking about this phenomenon, one name that inevitably comes to mind in today's culture is Drake. Widely regarded as one of the most recognizable figures on the planet, Drake has achieved milestones that few artists in history can match. His accolades include 5 Grammy Awards, 12 #1 albums, and over 170 million records sold worldwide. Drake's career can be viewed as a journey through distinct eras. There was freshman Drake, also known as Jimmy from Degrassi and Cardigan Drizzy, trying to find his musical identity. Then came Sad Boy Drake, famous for releasing emotional ballads that resonated with millions. Following that was pop star Drake, who rose to global prominence.
That Sad Boy Drake is what got all these emotional ninjas all bottled up in their feelings from going through what they was going through in their little relationship. So really, the Sad Boy Drake, they was trauma bonding. That's what they was doing. They was trauma bonding. That's why they so protective over him. That's why they so protective. Like, no, oh, not champagne pissy.
Prominence as the Sixth God, a title referencing his Toronto roots. Around this time, his relationship with Rihanna captivated public attention, even influencing his stylistic choices and slang usage.
But I'll tell you this, man, Drake has handled this all wrong. The fact that he just always seems so bothered. I've never seen a diss record get in somebody's spirit the way that Not Like Us has gotten in Drake's spirit.
But you never seen a diss record this big.
No, I haven't. But seriously, Drake need to stop acting so bothered. Like, let it go. He really should have took the break that he said he was going to take.
Each phase of Drake's evolution reflects broader shifts, not just in his personal brand, but in popular culture itself. At this point, Drake's public image had shifted dramatically. Some even questioned if he was becoming more of a caricature than a real, grounded artist. However, today, a different, more complex era of Drake has emerged, one that's drawing mixed reactions across both the industry and his fan base. It's safe to say the hungry, ambitious Drake, who once wanted to dominate every chart and kill every feature, has taken a noticeable step back. Instead, the current Drake is often seen vacationing, spending time with much younger companions, and reflecting on his choices in ways that feel detached from his early hunger and ambition. Drake's career arc resembles Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, a character with immense potential and early dominance, who later seemed less driven and lost his edge after a dramatic time skip. Gohan's fall from grace mirrors the questions surrounding Drake's artistic trajectory today. While it's undeniable that Drake has enjoyed a phenomenal run, arguably one of the greatest of his generation, opinions vary widely about when he truly peaked. For many, that high point was Scorpion in 2018, an album that captured both his lyrical prowess and emotional depth in a way that felt organic and powerful. Although Drake has continued to release popular tracks since then, many feel that no full-length project has matched the resonance or lyrical complexity he displayed at his peak. This new chapter of his career highlights the tension between maintaining relevance and preserving the artistry that once made him a cultural icon. With his most recent release, For All the Dogs, it's becoming increasingly clear that Drake's once celebrated lyricism has regressed significantly rather than evolved. And sure, some defenders immediately point to tracks like 8 a.m. in Charlotte, insisting that Drake still has flashes of his lyrical sharpness. It's undeniable that on that particular song, he did deliver some strong bars and technical skill that briefly reminded fans of his prime. However, let's be realistic. One standout track out of a 23-song album does not inspire overall confidence in his artistic direction. A single moment of brilliance doesn't erase the broader pattern of mediocrity that many critics and listeners have observed across the project. And beyond the surface, the criticisms stack up quickly. Are Drake's lyrics increasingly watered down, often venturing into territory that feels corny or awkward? Absolutely. Are his flows more generic and heavily influenced by current trends and younger artists rather than forging new ground?
He lacked big ideas. He don't know how to break any barriers. He need that money behind him. And he just bit the hand that fed him. So he's not going to be moving forward anytime soon. His last wave of clout is going to be the UMG lawsuit. Then after that, he gonna start spiraling. He gonna start doing stuff that he normally won't do. I'm telling you, he gonna really turn into a streamer and everything. He gonna be one of them shock value streamers. Like, gonna have to do something crazy out of this world. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be probably sucking people's toes and stuff like that. Yeah, he's gonna be down bad. Y'all check it out.
Without question. Is his content growing more detached from the emotional resonance that once connected him deeply to his audience? The evidence strongly suggests so. On top of that, it was impossible to ignore how J. Cole overshadowed Drake on their collaborative track, delivering a sharper, more meaningful performance that further exposed the gap. Yet, these musical shortcomings point to something deeper than just a few missteps on a record. Music is ultimately an extension of the artist's mindset, worldview, and personal growth, or lack thereof. So the bigger question becomes, is it simply that Drake's music is declining, or is Drake himself undergoing changes that are being reflected in the music? To find answers, it's necessary to first explore Drake's evolving public image. Historically, his different eras have each told a story, one marked by ambition, heartbreak, dominance, and reinvention. But with every new chapter, the core motivations behind Drake's moves have shifted. To understand where his music is now, it's essential to understand what Drake has truly been striving for across these various phases. In the early stages of his career, Drake was laser focused on three major goals: reaching the top of the music industry, proving his lyrical prowess, and securing financial stability for his family for generations to come. Audiences witnessed this journey unfold in real time, from the ambitious newcomer to the chart-dominating global icon. But that raises an important question. Once you feel you've achieved everything you set out to accomplish, what motivates you next? For Drake, it seems the answer has not been continued evolution, but rather a noticeable step backward, both in the maturity of his music and the presentation of his public image. Lyrically, Drake's recent work often includes lines and themes that would seem more fitting for a much younger artist. Instead of advancing into more sophisticated narratives or self-reflection, some of his lyrics now feel juvenile, lacking the depth that once set him apart. Even on a physical and stylistic level, the transformation is visible. The Scorpion-era Drake embodied a more grounded figure, a man stepping into fatherhood, showing emotional growth, and presenting himself as an artist evolving with time. Fast forward just a few years, and that image has drastically shifted. Drake began...
That's what old boy says. Seems like when he's spending time with his with his child, it seemed like more of a publicity thing. It's not true, genuine time. It's more like, okay, set the camera up over here. Hey, Adonis, we need you to stand over here. Make sure you can, okay, hug your dad. Okay, all right, that's what it's like. And that ain't real right there. That's real fake.
Began adopting increasingly youthful aesthetics, carving hearts into his hairline, wearing colorful hair clips, and styling himself in a way reminiscent of teenagers experimenting with identity rather than a seasoned artist solidifying his legacy. The drastic visual changes, including his viral Astro Boy-inspired oversized boots, suggest a conscious, if not confusing, choice to align with youthful trends rather than aging gracefully within the industry. The contrast is stark. What once seemed like an artist embracing maturity now often feels like someone chasing relevance by regressing in both image and sound. It's a shift that has left many questioning whether Drake is redefining himself or struggling to find a new sense of artistic direction in a rapidly changing culture. Today, it seems Drake is more focused on appearing youthful than embracing his evolution. Rather than dressing age appropriately, he often opts for looks that mirror those of much younger artists, creating a contrast between his legacy and his current presentation. His public persona has also shifted significantly over the years. Drake's quirky, meme-like behavior, once seen as refreshing or humorous, has now become a core part of his identity. What initially appeared as strategic self-awareness now feels more authentic, raising questions about whether the exaggerated antics are truly an act or a reflection of how he genuinely carries himself today. Social media activity further fuels this perception. Drake's frequent online interactions, often involving younger influencers or suggestive exchanges, create an image of someone clinging to youthful habits rather than naturally progressing into maturity. At 36 years old, this behavior feels increasingly at odds with the stature he once commanded. Rather than focusing on projects with long-term cultural impact or mentoring the next wave of artists, much of his energy appears centered on maintaining relevance through trends, viral moments, and attention-seeking moves. Ironically, this approach risks diminishing the very legacy he worked so hard to build. What made Drake special initially was his ability to carve out his own lane, delivering a unique sound and emotional depth that stood apart from his contemporaries. He set trends instead of following them. However, today's Drake often appears to chase popular styles and hop on to existing waves started by younger artists rather than innovating his own. This shift raises a critical question. Is Drake adapting to the culture, or is he being swallowed by it? His decisions today will ultimately shape how future generations remember his impact on hip-hop and popular music at large. The reality is, when an artist who once led the culture begins to follow it, the consequences ripple far beyond music charts. Drake's need to stay trendy has shifted the narrative around him, from being seen as a pioneer to being viewed as a follower in the very game he once dominated. This constant image shift waters down the impact.
He just got revealed. That's it. The wool was pulled from over our eyes, however the saying go. He just got revealed. There was a trick. They cast a spell on us, kind of. You know what I'm saying? They kept forcing it. Everybody, yeah, that's the guy from Degrassi, the wheelchair guy. Okay. All right. Time progressed. You know what I'm saying? They just kept forcing them on to us. You know what I mean?
Impact of his brand. Instead of solidifying a timeless legacy, Drake risks becoming a fleeting figure, judged more for antics than artistry. With each trend he chases, each younger artist he mimics, and each viral stunt he leans into, the focus moves further away from his musical contributions. And fans notice. Longtime listeners who grew up with Drake's emotionally driven, introspective records now feel alienated. Many question if the artist who once gave them Take Care or Nothing Was the Same is even the same person anymore. The emotional resonance that built his empire has been replaced with surface-level flexing and meme culture antics. Furthermore, the industry itself is evolving. Younger artists aren't necessarily looking to Drake for inspiration anymore. Many are carving out their own sounds, forging new movements in drill, rage, alternative rap, and global fusion genres. Instead of leading these shifts, Drake is left trying to catch up, an unfamiliar and precarious position for a once untouchable giant. At this point, the question is simple. Will Drake reclaim his artistry and focus on crafting a final defining era? Or will he continue drifting further into the noise he once rose above? The next move he makes could either cement his legacy as one of hip-hop's immortals, or turn him into a cautionary tale of what happens when an icon loses touch with the core that made them great. Redemption for Drake isn't impossible, but it demands something he hasn't fully embraced in years: authenticity, not manufactured virality, not mimicry of trending sounds, not endless flexing. To truly reclaim his place at the pinnacle, Drake would need to strip back the gimmicks and reconnect with what made him a force in the first place: honesty, vulnerability, and innovation. It's not about chasing younger audiences anymore. Drake's fan base grew with him. They are adults now, craving music that speaks to the challenges of adulthood, fatherhood, legacy, loss, growth, reflection. If Drake embraced where he is in life instead of running from it, he'd create records that resonate on a deeper, timeless level. A redemption arc would also require him to sharpen his pen again. The raw hunger that built Comeback Season, the sharp wit that made Take Care unforgettable, the calculated precision that fueled Nothing Was the Same. That energy needs to return, but updated with the wisdom of a seasoned veteran. Imagine a Drake album produced by the likes of Alchemist, Hit Boy, and Noah 40 Shabib, grounded in storytelling, experience, and emotional depth. No trends chased, no gimmicks, just a masterclass in timeless hip-hop.
What he's saying is that Drake needs something raw, authentic. Get out on these records and confess your faults. What you do wrong, they do something that's relatable to the people. Because the people are going through trials and tribulations right now. We are living in trying times. And you keep talking about this and this and that and that and that. You had to jump out this girl window because her parents was home and her parents had opened the door. You think you whatchamacallit from Boys in the Hood. You had to hurry up and put on your clothes and yeah, she ain't answer your texts and all of that. She was studying. What? She was late for class. What? He always talking about some semester. Yeah, this semester you was what? Nigga, you 40, boy. What you talking about semester? Hey yo, Drake is a semester rapper, man. You want to talk about semesters and shit? Yeah, your second semester. What?
That reminds the world why Drake became Drake in the first place. Fans are ready to forgive. Listeners want to celebrate him again. The culture craves a leader who doesn't just ride waves, but creates oceans. The path is there, but it requires Drake to stop running from the man he's become and embrace the one the world is still waiting to hear from. Because at the end of the day, real greatness isn't about staying young forever. It's about evolving in a way that leaves no doubt that even in the face of change, the crown was always meant for you. Drake has not always been perceived as the most confident figure. There have been times where he clearly showed signs of insecurity. To be fair, that's just part of being human. Another common human tendency, though, is feeding into insecurities and longing for what has already passed, rather than embracing growth. Drake is no longer in his 20s. He's moved beyond his prime years, and deep down it feels like he's struggling with that reality. His actions show a longing to align with the younger generation at any cost, even if it means risking the respect he spent decades building. At the end of the day, nobody can dictate how another grown man chooses to express himself. Maybe Drake's colorful outfits, drastic hairstyles, and playful antics are simply his way of exploring new forms of self-expression. Many people experiment with their identity at different stages of life. However, when you consider the shifts in his image, behavior, and music, a midlife crisis doesn't seem far-fetched. It mirrors a broader pattern. A man wrestling with time, clinging to the comfort of youth instead of owning the wisdom of experience. The hope remains that Drake, like so many others navigating this stage of life, finds clarity and balance. His contributions to hip-hop are undeniable. His legacy, already etched in music history, deserves to be honored with maturity and evolution, not left to crumble chasing relevance. And that's the message for all men striving for lasting greatness. It's not about clinging to the past, but about embracing your new era with pride. If you
embrace your new era with pride. The only thing I seen Drake do is grow a beard. Because he knew that being a beard just fit him better. Bruh, died. He's strategically dismantle you. But yeah, all you do is gotta grow up, bro. For real, man. Jersey, all you do is gotta grow up, man. Baby girl. Come on, baby girl. Baby girl. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.